Hey, warrior friends, Mrs. Armstrong here with you today, and we are ready to start a new author for the month of December. And every year when December rolls around, I pull off the shelves all of my Jan Brett books. I like to use Jan Brett in December because a lot of her books have a winter or Christmas theme to them. Of course, not all of her books do, but a lot of them do. And we will get to those winter Christmas books next week. But to start with, I wanted to share with you some of her other books so that you guys would have an opportunity to see a wide variety of her writing and her illustrations, because not only is Jan Brett the author of all of her books, but she's also the illustrator of all of her books, and she has some of the most beautiful pictures. But she does a lot of unique things in her pictures as well. Well, the story that I have for you that I want to start with is called Armadillo Rodeo. And I want to take a peek inside to tell you a little bit about Jan Brett's artistic style before we read the book. So let's take a look at some of her illustrations. This is Jan Brett, and she's in her art studio in this picture. And there's a few things about Jan Brett that I want you guys to know. Number one, it takes Jan Brett an hour to do 1 inch of artwork. It also takes Jan Brett about a year to complete an entire book. So her goal is to do 1 new book every year. One of the things that Jan Brett does that's unique to her books is Jan Brett tries to create a border around each of her pictures. Her border usually reflects the theme of the book. In our case today, we're reading Armadillo Rodeo, which kind of has a cowboy or a rodeo theme. So she's used rope as her border. She always has a main picture, and in this page, our main picture is of the armadillo with the blue flowers. But on the left-hand side, there's a smaller picture, and it's a picture of red cowboy boots. The armadillo's name is Bo, and he's going to be one of our main characters today. And the red boots are very significant in our story today. Oftentimes, Jan Brett can tell us more about what's going on in the story by looking at the smaller pictures that are in the border. For example, on this page, our main picture is of the armadillo named Bo. He's one of our main characters. And it looks like he's nibbling on a jalapeno pepper that's just beneath the red cowboy boots. But off to the right-hand side, in the smaller picture, we have a cow along with 4 other armadillos. We've got the mama armadillo and then 3 little baby armadillos. These are also characters in our story. So as you read through a Jan Brett book, you not only need to look at the main picture, but also look at the pictures in the border, because they often give us a hint about what's going to happen next. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and read Armadillo Rodeo, written and illustrated by Jan Brett. Armadillos, 1, 2, 3. Bo, let's go, said Mama Armadillo as she called to her boys as they headed out to dig deep in the heat of the Texas Hill Country. Stay close. Her boys didn't see too well, just like all armadillos. She didn't want to lose them, especially Bo, who was always wandering off. 1, 2, 3, Bo, don't go getting distracted on me. But Bo already was. He was looking at a lizard. Curious as always, Bo followed the lizard down to Can Creek just as Harmony Jean came sliding down the bank from the Curly H wearing her brand new boots. Pointy-toed, high-heeled, hand-tooled, chili pepper red boots with fancy cut-out tall tops and a Curly H brand. She was here to scuff 'em up because today was rodeo day, and Harmony Jean was not about to ride in a barrel race looking like a tenderfoot in new boots. She found a muddy place and hopped and splashed until her boots had a worn, lived-in look. Pleased, she whooped and hollered, "Look at me! Won't you just look at me?" Bo's ears perked at the sound of her pretty voice. He lifted his head and squinted. What he saw was all that red leather shimmering and prancing over in the creek bed. Why, for sure, it looked to Bo as if he had found a friend. A rip-roaring, rootin'-tootin', shiny red armadillo. Bo grinned. "Howdy!" he shouted. Harmony Jean, job done, lit off through the back 40 to the curly H. Bo never looked back. He blinked and squinted as he trundled after his bright red friend as fast as he could go. "Wait up!" he called. Back at the creek, his mama twitched an ear. "Is that hollering one of my boys?" she asked. "Armadillos? 1, 2, 3? Oh, no. Bo?" He had done it again. Bo arrived at the rodeo just as Harmony Jean was swinging her leg up onto her pony's spotlight. He saw the perky nose and the silvery tail of the red armadillo leaping up ahead of him. "Wait for me!" Bo called. When Spotlight felt Bo on his back, he gave a hopping buck. Harmony Jean stayed aboard, but Bo was tossed high in the air. The little armadillo landed in the dust. As he unrolled, he smiled and brushed himself off, and he shouted, "Hey, partner, you're my kind of friend." Bo tried to catch sight of that rootin'-tootin' armadillo, but he had to move fast. As he zigged and zagged across the arena, Mama Armadillo, with her 3 boys, was hot on his trail, asking everyone she met if they had seen her Bo. Bo was still looking when he saw the armadillo headed for the barbecue. "I'm right behind you," Bo called. But before he could catch up, the armadillo disappeared underneath the blue checkered tablecloth. Bo dove after him and peered around. His friend was nibbling on something green, so Bo ambled over and took a big bite. It was a red-hot, bright green jalapeno pepper. His mouth was on fire. Bo ran out and doused his head in lemonade to stop the burn. "Delicious," he gulped. "What's next?" Chow time was over, and the cowhands got their fiddles, and everybody went into the barn for a little dancing. Bo struggled to see his pal. Finally, he spotted a flash of red right in the middle of all those stomping feet. Bo 2 steps toward his frisky new friend and cut in. Harmony Jean went tap, slide, tap with her right foot, and then heel stomp, high kick with her left, and Bo was hurled high into the air. As he landed in the hayloft, he let out a rebel yell, "Yahoo!" Well, not far away, Mama Armadillo heard the commotion. "That's my Bo," she cried. By the time that Bo made it down the hay chute, the dance floor was empty. Harmony Jean and her friends had settled around the campfire. She looked down at her boots. They were starting to pinch. She slipped them off and tossed them behind her. Bo bounded up to the pointy-toed, high-heeled, hand-tooled, chili pepper red boot. "Howdy," he said. "You're a mighty hard fellow to keep up with. My name's Bo. What's yours?" His new friend didn't answer. Bo stepped even closer. He could see the perky nose and the shy smile. "What's next?" he asked. But instead of answering, his friend fell over, plop, and Bo was left looking down an opening. He stuck his head in and sniffed. It didn't smell like an armadillo. He poked his nose in against the leather. It didn't feel like an armadillo. He squinted up close. It didn't even look like an armadillo. Nose in the air, he wailed, "You're not an armadillo!" Well, not far away, the sharp ears of his mama recognized the voice of her boy. His 3 brothers heard him too. Their search was over. "Boys, let's go get Bo and head home." "Time to sleep, Bo," his mom said. "We have to go out and dig tomorrow." "Yes, Ma." But Bo was thinking about the curly H. He knows that whenever he wants a change, he can mosey on down for some red-hot, chili pepper excitement, and his Ma will always be there to bring him home. The end. Well, what you guys think? Did you love Armadillo Rodeo as much as I do? Not only is this story great, but I love the details that Jan Brett puts in her pictures, like that border that always goes around every page, and there's always a small picture on the side that gives you a little bit of hint about what other characters are doing or what's going to happen next. There's just so many details in Jan Brett's artwork, and I love her books. Wow, I can't wait to read you a new one on Friday. Until then, have fun checking out some books today.